you now look better than you ever did in the WWE. What have you been doing differently to develop this physique?
The biggest thing is I just changed how I train. I several years ago had started doing Muscle and Fitness had like a strongman workout. So it's a different way to train and very functional, a lot of compound movements and things, and I really enjoyed it. And so that got me interested in researching old time strongmen, like from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and I started researching old time wrestlers like Frank Gotch or George Hackenschmidt, Frank Gotch, people like that, and was amazed at how developed and how well built they were, because they didn't know what calories were, they didn't know protein or anything like that as far as a diet was concerned, and I thought, I'm going to see what they do, and I'm going to start to train like they do. And a lot of what they do is functional or compound movements, ballistic movements, especially a lot of the Indian wrestlers. They do a lot of the mace and Indian clubs and things like that as far as ballistic training is concerned. And I just started doing all of that, and it's made a huge difference.
What's been the most beneficial exercise?
Doing my legs more than just once a week. And I'd say, really, to be quite honest, probably the most beneficial thing is varying, alternating, and as much as possible, not just doing one body part a day, which is the typical way, that a lot of people train. I'll do my whole body 3 or 4 times a week, a lot of times. And then some weeks I'll do one body part a day. And then some weeks I'll just do all body weight. And then some weeks I'll do all kettlebells. And then some weeks I've got a routine that I do, especially when I'm on the road, that I developed when I was in TNA, where it's a 30-minute challenge, and I'll basically hit every major muscle group, and I'll do 10 free squats, then I'll do 10 pull-ups or 10 rows, 5 on each side, dumbbell rows, 10 push-ups, and then 10 inverted shoulder presses, and then 10 dumbbell curls. So I'm basically hitting myself from head to toe. That's one round. I'll try to do at least 10 rounds in 30 minutes. If I push myself, I'll try to get 12 or 15 rounds in 30 minutes, which means I've done 100 reps on every body part. And I use moderate to slightly heavy weight along with body weight movements or isolating movements, like with legs. I'll instead of just doing straight squats, I'll do pistol squats or lunges or things like that as well.
So for the people that claim that this is all just because you've started taking steroids, it's really not.
No, I take tests. I mean, I'm prescribed tests because I'm 55, but that in and of itself is not it. I wish it was. I wish that the common misconception is that you could just take a magic pill and then all of a sudden you could, like on TV, suddenly go like this. You can't. You've got to actually put in the work. And I train differently, I eat differently, and I train harder than I've ever done before. And I enjoy it because it's a different way of training. And that's what's really led to the development. Years before, I had taken testosterone for a very short time because I had suffered from, and I don't really talk about it in public, but I had suffered from 2 strokes from a head injury, and I had atrophy down the entire side of my body. And I told the doctor, I said, "What can I do to help that?" He said, "Well, they'll probably prescribe you steroids." So I went to the doctor. They refused to do it. So I started to self-medicate to try to help to bring that part of me back. I never had that kind of development because I didn't do a lot of compound movements, didn't utilize my lower body, didn't train the way I train now. And that, regardless of what people might think, is really what has caused the change, is the fact that I train completely different than what I've ever done before. And I utilize my legs more than I have ever done.